Hello friends, welcome to Pegasus Agriculture Academy, an online free coaching platform for agriculture related exams. Today we will have a small introduction about the microbial world. You know that the subsubject microbiology comes under the major subject group plant sciences. Okay, the subject group plant sciences it consists of 5 different subjects like plant breeding and genetics, plant pathology, microbiology, seed tech, and plant genetic resources. So the introduction about the ICAR exam, how the exam was conducted, and subject groups, the syllabus, everything are discussed in our previous video. Those who have not seen the video, you can check the I button or the link is provided in the description. Okay, you can see that and you can know the information more. So today's topic we will enter into one of the important and one of the very interesting topic, that is the introduction to the microbial world. So what is microbiology? Microbiology is nothing but the study of organisms that are very small or very tiny organisms that cannot be seen by our naked eye. Okay, so in order to see these microorganisms we need some kind of apparatus, a special equipment in order to see these organisms, okay, like a microscope or any magnifying lenses. Okay, and this subject microbiology, it deals with the organisms such as bacteria, okay, viruses, fungi, prions, protozoa, and algae. Okay, and the subject microbiology, it also deals with how these organisms act in the environment, like nutrient cycling, biological nitrogen fixation, the spoilage of food materials, and control of diseases and the causage of diseases, and their role in the different group of studies like biotechnology. Okay, so the first thing about the chapter microbiology, it deals with the difference between microbial cell and the plant or animal cell. Okay, the microbial cell is a typical structure that is capable of living alone. Okay, and different cell functions like growth, energy generation, and reproduction are performed independent. Okay, they don't need any other different cells or any other interaction to perform these functions. Okay, but on the other case, the plant and animal cell, they cannot exist on their own. They exist or they are always present as a group. Okay, they need a teamwork to perform a function. Okay, and other different functions like growth, energy generation, reproduction depends upon the interaction between these cells. Okay, so this is about the difference between the microbial cell and the plant or animal cell. Okay, and guys, if I am going very fast, you can just pause the video and you can see the differences in the slide, and you can make notes about the differences or the any other informations I give during the video. Okay, so next, the course microbiology or the subject microbiology, it deals with the functions like how the organisms live or where the organisms live. Okay, it deals about the environment in which the organisms are present. Okay, and the structure of these organisms, what are the functions performed by these different structures, and how these organisms derive their energy, and how they produce their food, and how they survive in these structures or survive in these harsh environments, and everything. And then about the reproduction system that is performed by the cells. And one of the important aspect in case of microbiology is the relationship with the other organisms that are present in the environment. Okay, that is the interaction with plants and the interaction with animals. So the course microbiology always deals with any 5 of these different topics. Okay, and one of the important section when we take or when we enter into microbiology is about the classification of this organism. Okay, there are different types of classification regarding these microorganisms. We know there are different types of classification for living organisms. Among these, the microorganisms, they also have a different types of classification. Okay, we take the 5 kingdom classification, whose 3 kingdom classification, but there are different types of classification that are present or that we study during our course. Okay, but the first and the foremost classification or the very easy classification of these microorganisms is based on the nuclear structure. Based on the nuclear structure, the organisms are classified as prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Okay, so the prokaryotes are the organisms that do not have a true nuclear structure. True nucleus is nothing but you should have a chromosome, you should have a nucleolus, and these structures or these genetic materials, nuclear materials, they should be bounded by a organelle. Okay, that is a cell bound organelle should be present. And not only this nucleus, the other organelles like mitochondria, cell-bound organelles like mitochondria, Golgi body, and endoplasmic reticulum is also absent in case of prokaryotes. Okay, and one of the finest example for prokaryotes is bacteria and archaea. Okay, and then the eukaryotes, the organisms that process an enclosed membrane enclosed nuclear material and other membrane enclosed cell organelles. Okay, and the very good example for these eukaryotes is algae, fungi, and protozoa. So when we see this classification or when we see this example, there arises a doubt. What will happen to this? How can we place these viruses? Okay, viruses, they don't come under any of these groups. Okay, they are not either prokaryotes or neither eukaryotes. Okay, they are present in a different. They are placed in a different classification. That is the reason when the time goes on, the classification was different categorized, or it is enlarged to get different section. Okay, different kingdom classification that came upon. But this classification, that is prokaryote and eukaryotes, is the first and foremost one that is followed for a lot of time being. Okay, and that you can see the structure from the diagram. The difference between the prokaryotes and eukaryotes are very clear. Okay, in case of a prokaryote cell, you can see there are phyla are present. Okay, they have a plasmid, they have a ribosomes that are spread along the cytoplasm. Okay, the plasma membrane is present, and one more important thing is the nuclei. Okay, here the genetic material is floating inside the cytoplasm. Okay, they are not present in any kind of a cell bound, or they are not covered by any cell membrane or any bounded membrane. Okay, they are present in a very free manner inside the cytoplasm. Okay, and one more important difference is the presence of capsule that is present only in eukaryotic cells, prokaryotic cells. Okay, and in case of eukaryotic cell, you cannot see this capsule. Okay, certain calyx like membranes are present. You will see the difference in the difference between these prokaryotes and eukaryotes with further detail. Okay, so the characteristic between prokaryotes and eukaryotes are very well established, and we can see the difference in both the organism, both the classification of this organism very easily. The first thing is the size of the cell. In case of prokaryotes, the size varies from, or the range, it is between 0.2 to 2 micrometer. In case of eukaryotes, it is about 10 to 100 micrometer in diameter. So the prokaryotic cell, they are very small. Remember friends, 1 micrometer is 10 to the power minus 6 meter. So in a very small size, or in a very small pinpoint, we can accommodate rows and rows of microorganisms. That much small is the size of a microorganism, that is size of a prokaryote. Okay, and then the next one is the most important difference, that is the nucleus. So here we have only linear material, only a free material. Okay, no nuclear membrane or nuclei are present in case of prokaryotes. Okay, at the same time, in case of eukaryotes, they consist of a two nucleus, which consist of both nuclear membrane and nuclei. Okay, and membrane bound organelles are absent in case of prokaryotes, and membrane organelle like lysosomes, Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, and chloroplast are present in case of eukaryotes. Okay, and one more thing is there is a theory called as the endosymbiotic theory. We will deal that related to this membrane bounded organelles. We will deal them in the further videos. Okay, and next one is the flagella. The flagella, in case of prokaryotes, it consists of two protein building blocks. It is a very simple structure. Okay, there is no complex materials, only a two simple protein blocks. Okay, but in case of eukaryotes, the flagella is very complex. It consists of different microtubules. It is made up of different types of proteins. Okay, the structure will always be very complex when compared to that of prokaryotes. Okay, and next one is the ribosomes. The ribosomes in case of prokaryotes is very small in size, that is 70 s. But in case of eukaryotes, the ribosomes are larger in size, that is 80 s ribosomes are found. At the same time, smaller size 70 s ribosomes are also found in case of eukaryotes. Okay, and in most of the examinations, there is always a question asked whether the eukaryotes, they consist of 70 s ribosomes. Yes, they are right. Eukaryotes, they consist of both 70s and 80s ribosomes. Okay, and these 80s ribosomes, They are found along with the endoplasmic reticulum, and these 70S ribosomes, they are present in the special cell organelles like the mitochondria or the chloroplast. Okay. And next one is the chromosome arrangement. In case of prokaryotes, it is a very typical arrangement, that is a single circular chromosomes is present in case of prokaryotes. Okay, and this circular chromosome, it lacks histones. Okay, and in the same time, in case of eukaryotes, multiple linear chromosomes are present which are bounded by means of histones. Okay, and extra chromosomal DNA like plasmid is seen in case of prokaryotes, and in case of eukaryotes, it consists of the extra chromosomal DNA. It's present in the mitochondria and the chloroplast. Okay, and sexual reproduction in case of prokaryotes is through uh, different types of. There are three types in case of prokaryotes. Okay, where the genetic material is transferred. Okay, and no meiosis happen in case of prokaryotes. Okay, in case of prokaryotes, the three different transformation of DNA happens through transformation. One process is the transformation, second one is the conjugation, and the third one is the transduction. Okay, so remember this, in case of sexual reproduction, the DNA material movement happens through three different types. One is the transformation, second one is the conjugation, and the third one is the transduction. Okay, and in case of eukaryotes, meiosis is involved, that is the reduction division is involved. So the eukaryotes, they produce this sex spores and also sperms and everything, so that they can perform this sexual reproduction. Okay, and the site of cellular respiration in case of prokaryotes is the cell membrane, that is cellular respiration like electron transport chain, and the energy production that happens in the cell membrane, that is the outer cell membrane, is responsible for cellular respiration. Okay, and in case of eukaryotes, they have this typical mitochondria, that is the powerhouse of the cell for performing the cellular respiration. Okay, and next one is the glycocalyx, or it is the glycocalyx is nothing but that is the protective material which covers the cell outline. Okay, and in case of prokaryotes, they consist they have this glycocalyx as a capsule or a slimy outer layer. Okay, and in case of eukaryotes, this glycocalyx is absent, but in some organisms they may be present, because the organisms, eukaryotic organisms which do not have a cell wall, they have the glycocalyx as a protective material. Okay, and the next one is the cell wall. Okay, this is one of the important difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. In case of prokaryotes, the cell wall structure is very complex, and it is chemically bound up by different types of amino acids and lipid materials. Okay, and the typical cell wall of bacteria is called as the peptidoglycan. And among these prokaryotes also, between this bacteria and archaea, the peptidoglycan differs, and that is the case in bacteria, it is called as peptidoglycan, and in case of archaeobacteria, it is called as a pseudopeptidoglycan. Okay, the difference between this cell wall and the cell structures, everything we will that is related to this bacteria and microorganism, we will see in our next videos. Okay, and in case of so if we take in case of eukaryotes, if the cell wall is present, it will be very simple, and it is just by normal plasma membrane. Okay, and the cell it does not have any complex materials or any lipid complexes that makes this structure complicated. Okay, and in case of plasma membrane, the prokaryotes, they does not have any carbohydrates, and generally they lack these sterols. Okay, and in case of eukaryotes, sterols and carbohydrates are present. Sterols are nothing but they are lipid structures which give mechanical support or mechanical strength to the cell. Okay, and these sterols are present in case of eukaryotes, and sterols, they are absent in case of prokaryotes. Okay, so sterols, they are present in eukaryotes, and the sterols are absent in prokaryotes. Okay, and next one is the cytoplasm. The difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes are clearly visible. Okay, in case of prokaryotes, the cytoplasm, it does not have a cytoskeleton, and in case of eukaryotes, cytoskeleton is present. Okay, and in case of prokaryotes, cytoplasmic streaming is seen. In case of prokaryotes, cytoplasmic streaming is not seen, and in case of eukaryote, cytoplasmic streaming is seen. Okay, cytoplasmic streaming is nothing but the movement of fluid materials between the cells. Okay, so the movement of fluid materials, it will lead to the transfer of nutrients and other minerals in and out of the cell. Okay, nutrients, minerals and waste materials in and out of the cell. So we have seen already that the prokaryotes, they are mostly single cell. Okay, and in case of eukaryotes, they have a complex cell structure, so that cytoplasmic screening helps them to transfer nutrients or also transfer the food materials between the cells. Okay, and this structure helps the eukaryotes to perform more effectively when they are present in a group of cells. Okay, and then in case of locomotion, you can see in case of prokaryotes, a rotating flagella and the movement is made up of by means of a gliding movement is seen in case of prokaryotes. Okay, and in case of eukaryotes, an undulating flagella is seen. Okay, and the movement is always most of the time it will be a amoeboid movement. Okay, and in case of phylae, sex phylae or attachment phylae is present in case of prokaryotes. Okay, so these help this bacteria and other pathogenic organisms to stick on to our body structures. Okay, by means of phylae, they provide as a mode of sexual reproduction. They will help in sexual reproduction, and also they happen to be a structure for attachment on other surfaces. Okay, and in case of eukaryotes, phylae are completely absent. Okay, so okay friends, that is all about the classification of microorganisms. So we will see some previous year questions. These questions are memory based. Okay, and these questions, they are asked in previous examinations. Okay, which of the organism is a prokaryote? Okay, A fungi, B nematodes, C bacteria, and D algae. So what is the answer? I'll give you your answer in the comment section. Okay, so the answer is, yeah, you're right, it's bacteria. Okay, so if there is another option like instead of bacteria, they may give archaeobacteria, okay, or archaea. Okay, and one more general knowledge question that is related to microbiology. It is asked in the JRF exam 2019. Okay, what is the ICAR Institute for National Bureau of Agriculture Related Microorganisms is located at? Okay, so those who know the answer, give your answer in the comment section. Okay, otherwise I'll give the answer in the next video. Okay, so in the next video we will see what is a brief history on microbiology. Okay, and what are the books to be followed will be uploaded with the video. Okay, so the books that are related for the ICAR JRF microbiology exam preparation, or the plant science exam preparation. Okay, it will be uploaded in the next video. Okay, and friends, any time is right time to start. Okay, so start your preparation without delay. We are trying to upload the videos for other subject groups at the earliest. Okay, we are trying at our best, and stay connected with our channel for more videos and more updates. You can ask your doubt or any clarification in the comment section, or email us to pegasusagricultureacademy@gmail.com. Thank you.